Yo, welcome back to the Immigrant Section. It's your boy, Abbas Wahab. How the hell are you doing? As always, please, if you're watching, smash that subscribe button. Let me give you updates for when these episodes drop. Wherever you're listening, click follow, subscribe. You know that plus button. And enough of that. Today with me in the studio is the whitest man on earth.
Hi. Hello, how are you?
How's it going, brother? Max Sheldrick. What's going on, homie?
Stocks are going well.
What's going on, bro?
Not much, dude. Thank you so much for having me here. It's so fucking good to see you, dude. Like,
hell yeah, man.
It really
Yeah,
is.
100%.
Man, as soon as the lockdown lifted and I started seeing you like a little bit more is like 100% more than what I was seeing you. Because like we're all fucking locked down. But as soon as I saw you again, I like man, the fact that I got to see you.
Okay, bro, to give some people some context, it's like, what are we dating? Like, bro, I just have like, not seen. Man. No, we used to do Plus Time Comedy. If you haven't Google Plus Time Comedy, check out our sketches. That shit's got to be revived one day, but not with that name, bro. We just got to go with our names. That was our thing.
Yeah,
that was the problem with Plus Time. Is just it was like, what is Plus Time?
Yeah, the amount of time, like we spent so much time explaining what it was, and like all I had to say was like, oh, actually, I just took shrooms, and I thought of Plus Time. Like if you take the tragedy out of time, like the comedy algorithm.
Yeah, tragedy plus time. Yeah, it's comedy.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But
Plus Time.
When you explain that to people 100 times, and they kind of just go, oh. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's like it's not worth it.
You get the sense that this maybe wasn't the best.
Oh, it was a stupid idea, of course. But hey, you know what? It's those sketches. There's so many good.
Dude, we had good sketches.
And also,
and some stuff's off. You took some. You unlisted some shit or something.
Yeah,
why?
Some of them that were just like you look bad.
The early ones. Oh,
dude,
God.
Of course, dude. There's so many. There are some early ones, like the ones where we had imagine where we would have it like one camera here, one camera right there, and it's like we're gonna have witty banter.
I can't watch that.
We have witty banter.
Bro. And oh my God,
that was something that we said in a meeting. We were like, let's just have witty banter.
Let's be honest, we've already talked about this a million times, but we were just two motherfuckers trying to go viral by any means necessary.
And man, we fucking gave it our all. We gave it, and the thing is that like.
Yo, by the way, quick disclaimer for the listeners: if you hear some partying, we're recording on a Saturday night. The roommates are upstairs having a good time, and I feel like such nerds. Like we went by, like, excuse me, yeah, hi, you guys, everybody good? You hanging out? Yeah, okay, yeah, we're gonna go in the basement.
We gotta record a podcast downstairs. Could you guys keep it down? Could you stop you?
Oh my God, I felt like I was like fucking. Even my posture was like, can you? Like I was I hate this guy.
Dude, I could hear the hunch from down here. Yeah. I couldn't see you, but I could hear that you were hunched over. Like, can you guys just keep it down?
But whatever, we're doing it, man. It's a late. I don't usually record this late, but it has late night recording has its own vibe too.
100%. Dude, I
got the whiskey going. Cheers, brother.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you.
Good having you, man.
But yeah, I don't know.
You're back on Whiskey Ginger. Oh, wait, never mind. Whiskey Black.
What is the show?
Yeah, the Immigrant Section.
Man, I
starting Max Sheldrick.
Thank God. I was like the whitest guy. So tell me what struggle is, please.
Like, man, you fucking kill me, dude. So did you watch that video I made about how, like, you of course noticed this, how it's like a white guy has one role in any commercial, unless it's like a fucking mutual funds. Even in mutual funds will be a black guy with salt and pepper beard. Like, oh, he's an older black guy, so he invests. You know what I mean? He has a salt and pepper beard.
Yeah,
exactly. He's left the crime days.
So wait. So a white guy has one role in it, like where?
Like I was talking, I did that.
Is it banker every time?
No, bro. I'm talking about the butt. Like there's minorities and white people in like in commercials. The white guy's got to be the butt of the joke. It's like the minority can't.
Of course,
you know what I mean?
Of course. So we're a walking fucking embarrassment nowadays. Where it's just like we can't. None of us can be cool anymore. There's a couple. Justin Timberlake is still somehow. Yeah, fuck that. You know what? Justin Timberlake he's on his way down. That stock is fucking plummeting right now. All I have to do to walk into work, to get a laugh at work, is walk in there. And then they just see me and they just start fucking laughing. And I'm like, what did I do?
Wait, is it all minorities? Is it some reverse?
Jamaicans.
Oh, it's all
Jamaicans. all Jamaicans. I love them all.
As if they're listening. They're like, yo, that's that nigga Max I work with. Yo, what's this nigga gonna say? What? Yo, wait up. What's like? Well, what's the boy saying?
I love.
You're like almost giving disclaimers. Yeah, I can feel your fear of them right now. I love them all.
I love every single one of them. Yeah. There's one guy named Justice. He's a giant.
His name is Justice.
He's 65 years old and he will crush me. He would destroy me.
Wait. What's a 65-year-old guy doing delivering a high value furniture, which is the gig if people are good at context and whatnot.
Just built like a brick shithouse, dude. Like he's
still moving stuff at 65?
Dude, they have to special order him gloves because his hands will rip through them in a day. Like just from that's how big he is.
There's like
it's not like he's
XL,
tall. He's
XXL.
He's
Shaq size gloves.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's fucking bananas. But they like all they do is bust my balls the entire day.
For being white? Or
yes.
Man, I gotta move this fucking mic a little bit.
We hired one new white guy and they're like, oh yeah, Max, you're with the new white guy. And I'm like, we have names, guys.
He's right next to you. He's like, my name is Dorian.
Literally, what is it? The other guy's name is Chad.
No way.
My name's Max. His name's Chad.
What's your name?
The newest guy's is Spencer.
Yeah.
The other guy's Jonathan.
Are you okay? But Jonathan is okay. That's good. Because Jonathan, my roommate, is named Jonathan. Mm-hmm. Jonathan is all over anywhere anywhere Christianity touched, we'll have a Jonathan.
That's any name.
But fucking Chad, Spencer is like it's almost like encapsulating all whiteness into one name.
Oh yeah, Spencer's not a cool guy. Right? Spencer just screams not cool.
Spencer.
He's the coolest guy. Dude. He played hockey in Sweden. The whitest thing you can do. Yeah.
So he's actually he's the
whitest guy.
Most. But is he the most alpha among the whites? Be honest. Hockey in Sweden, man. What do you got, bro? You just got black frame glasses.
My ego wants to say me, but my reality is screaming Spencer.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't know. I got nothing else with that fucking.
You've been moving furniture, man. I applaud you.
Yeah,
I told you. I'm like, bro, come on the Serb side, the dark side, and focus on the content shit. But I guess you had to meet the cutoffs for self-employed income shit, right?
No.
What was it?
This was the thing, is that I was on Serb for the time being. I could have stayed on Serb, but what I saw was a huge wave of unemployed people coming by the time they cut off whatever this is. Like whether they just keep dropping down the amount that they're giving us lower and lower, and people are like, okay, well, I can't afford to live anymore, so I have to go out and get a job now.
So you wanted to avoid that influx of people into the job market.
So I was getting so much anxiety by June. I was like, okay, I got laid off by Canada Post, and I'm like, okay, well, what do? I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just get my shit together. And then because I don't know, through the ebb and flow of comedy, you saw, we ran a show together. By the time the show came around, I was either trying to quit smoking or back on smoking, and I was eating like shit. I was just treating my body like shit. And so when I got laid off and no comedy was going, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get my shit together. But then once
I didn't see any of this, bro.
Man,
I didn't see anything. I just saw a guy be like, "You want to get shroom pills?" You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's you.
Those
bro.
are a facade.
Yeah, that was for a time. Okay, I changed after
the
that.
The shroom pills are
that's
only just for me to not hate my life.
Yeah. Oh, I totally get it, bro. Those things are effective. I don't know what you put in them.
Oh, dude.
But cheers to that, though. The point is, you stay working that whole time.
Yeah. So it's
on some level, I miss just, even though for me to be able to be available to do the auditions and do all this shit, I can't do a structured 9 to 5. So I have to do Uber Eats for my that random income.
Oh yeah, I totally get that.
You know what I mean? But some part of me misses the 9 to 5 where you have your team, where there's a whole culture of your workplace.
Yeah,
there's the cool people, not cool, but people you want to be on shift with.
Yeah,
and people are
If I was able to actually, because I was doing Uber Eats before, and if I was able to actually keep that output going, I would get so burnt out because I was on the bike.
Yeah.
And like, there's no way for me to.
You're gonna die any second on that bike, by the way.
Oh yeah, every single day I almost died.
Yeah.
Every fucking day, and
come limping or some shit to an open mic.
Of course, no one sees it that way. Like I, there's so many times I came to a comedy show where it's just like everyone can see that I'm visibly injured. But
what's annoying about you is you always like white neighbor the situation. Like, oh, I'm great. I almost just got killed, or like, you know what I mean? Like, see, that was sometimes I just hear you explaining what just happened, and I'll hear you throughout the open mic telling the same, telling people how, like, bro, when you almost get hit by a car, I bet you just be like, sick. I have a story all night at every open mic.
Man, almost getting hit, almost dying,
bingo.
Man, that's always just good material.
Yeah, but now your joke is like, I've been hit almost 6 times. It's like, it can only go like, I've been hit almost 7 times.
Oh no,
like it doesn't get funnier.
That's why I just stopped doing that. And like, here's the thing: is that a regular day job, I can't be married without having a regular day job or having an actual comedy career that can support this level of income.
I get that.
There's nothing I can do about that. I understand that there's ways that I could do where it's like I come back to CERB or the EI or even the universal basic income and try to make ends meet from there. But it's like so much anxiety.
Yeah. No, I totally get you, bro.
Can't put onto her.
Yeah, I totally get you. I understand that 100%. Yeah. I'm still kind of living like hustler, artist, semi-student mode kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I have a great deal with this place. That's why I'm like, bro, like I made it work within that. But now that I've seen your setup.
Yeah.
That fucking awesome 2-bedroom place you guys just got.
Right?
I'm like, damn. I like.
That was the
once Andrea finishes her lease, because I'm just month to month now.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I don't want to be in a basement where like my fucking roommate is a dancer and it's COVID, so they're just dancing via Zoom. Yeah. And he fucking moves all my shit to the side and is just dancing down here. Oh, you know what I mean? Right niggas here? Dancing. Yeah, niggas like not like hip hop, like ballet and like shit.
So wait, I thought the studio was like, this spot was exclusively for you to use.
Hell no, bro. People are doing laundry right there.
Oh my God, what a fucking night.
But the price makes it affordable, so I don't have to be killing it to live. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
Now that I've seen your setup, I'm like, oh, dude. Bro, the fact that you can, by the way, tell people about your podcast.
Yeah, so I got it. It's me, Keith Andrews, another comedian, and another comedian named Ezra Shettu.
Ezra is my first episode, and Ezra's been on here many times.
Go back, listen to him. He's such a fucking gem.
Oh, like, that's why he's my first episode. He's my guy.
We just added him onto the podcast for this episode. Was the first one that we added, where it's coming out Wednesday from when this releases. Yeah, it'll be the following Wednesday. Ezra just adds such a good dynamic to it because me and Keith we talk a lot of shit. Like me and Keith, we bust balls, and we've always done that. That's always been our relationship.
Yeah, but just for the people that are like, I have like listeners everywhere. Like, for some reason, I have a big surge of listeners in Cyprus today.
Fuck yeah,
I have 50 listens in Cyprus. I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
Cyprus. So yo, shout out to my niggas in Cyprus. What are you guys doing without just dancing to festivals? You're just COVID living. But so Keith is another dude in Toronto, but you haven't even said the name of the pod.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You just went into the dynamics. Keith is a ball buster.
Yeah, it's called So How Was Your Day? It's you can follow us on every social media platform at ShwydPod. That's SHWYD pod. On top of that, we're just trying to get sketches going again. Like I have a lot of knowledge from working with you that's like I'm gonna bring to the table.
I love it. You're still kind of in job interview mode a little bit. You were just about to tell me your greatest strength and weakness.
I'm really good with audio and lighting. It's really
I find if I try to tackle too many projects at once, I don't give them the proper attention they need. So I've learned to actually diversify my
honestly, I feel like I'm a team player, but I can't take criticism. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but
I love that, man. I just watched Anchorman 1. But yeah, okay. So seriously though, this is my man. Especially if you're in Toronto, like you get really to know these people, because I'm really hoping a lot. Now it seems that COVID, I've seen a bunch of new podcasts pop up.
Exactly.
I'm like, fuck yeah. Toronto needs to LA, all these people have like a little pool network.
Exactly.
We need to create that here. So anytime comedians, this is my guy right here. So please check out that podcast. So how's your day with my man Ezra now joined them. So check that shit out.
Yeah. Just
Now let's go back to ruining people's like.
Dude, it adds.
No, just keep talking.
Everyone just say it's like, oh, now I hate him.
Yeah, right.
Oh, he went back to
this
talking about himself. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I hate him. Good. What I love about what I loved about doing Plus Time is that we learned on the fly how to do shit. Like whether it be like each sketch that we put out, we made so many mistakes and we corrected them the next time. But also just the marketing point of it. And now Keith is in charge of marketing, and he can't handle learning and being calm at the same time.
It's a whole new world. Yeah.
He's such a nightmare. Like I'll get a call at 7:30 in the morning when I'm just getting to work, and he's like, "Yeah, I just learned about SEOs. We're gonna change everything." All right. Like what?
You don't smoke.
No. We gotta
Why
say,
are you smoking?
We gotta say all the keywords in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah,
what?
It's like, so how's your day? Friends, podcast, comedy podcast, funny, commentary, social.
It's so fucking retarded just talking with this guy and trying to just understand where he's coming from. But I'm like, oh, you're retarded. You're so stupid.
Don't say the R word. I got kicked off the Sonar Network.
But you're not on the Sonar Network anymore. So fuck those guys.
Whatever. I actually even got they have
fucking good for you for getting out of there. That was like they didn't do.
I have no problems with the people, but I can't put out an episode and you tell me, hey, by the way, we took that episode down because he's a known hate guy.
Yeah,
like,
but also
the people don't get an episode for the whole week just because you guys deemed it unfit. This guy is not like it's funny.
Also, those types of podcasts are because you didn't agree with everything he said.
Exactly.
That's such a good point to have. It's like you don't. That's good radio. That's good entertainment. Having someone you don't constantly agree with, like if you had a co-host who is sitting here the entire time, and is a yes man to you, it's like, yeah, you know what? I like what you're saying. Yeah, every point you have.
People will be like, fuck that. Who's that yes fuck?
Like, why would we? Like they're gonna turn it off. That episode was great.
That's the whole value of Rogan is that he's the only person in like popular media who would have Alex Jones on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He's the only person that humored that conversation. And I'm like, yo, that's what I'm trying to be.
Dude,
like, bro,
everyone.
if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter who they are. I don't care about their reputation. It's like if you and I'm not just putting a platform to like people that are just deranged.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's doing his thing. He's developing an audience. He's saying outrageous shit or whatever, but it's like if he believes it, whatever. He's doing his own thing. I know him. He's a funny comic. Come on. I don't agree with everything you're saying, but I can't be like, yeah, this guy's on the good list. He can come. That's ridiculous, bro.
Dude, it's so.
I've never been. Felt like such a grade school, not even high school. I got treated like that. Like, yeah, we went ahead and took the episode down.
It's like, what?
Yeah. I haven't missed an episode in over a year. What do you mean you took it down?
So they didn't even message you and be like,
No, it's just blood. They just told me via email.
They were like, sorry, we took it down.
Bro, dog, I sent you
that's
the
your
email.
notice.
You read the email. I don't know if you remember,
So
but like
fucking-
they were just like, yeah, we went ahead and took it down and stopped saying the R word. And then
effective immediately.
Yeah,
That's
in
right.
brackets, retarded.
Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous.
That was the best part. It's like Chappelle's joke. He goes, "You can't say the F word, faggot," you know, on our network.
Yeah. I fucking, man, I
But homie, I'm to be honest with you, I'm happy to see you finally do a podcast. I was telling you for a year to do a fucking podcast, bro.
I know it took.
You're like, I have to set it up after this.
But that was the thing, is that you're telling me to do it the entire time, and I already had a game plan of how I wanted to get it done, but I jumped the shark with that other podcast that I did, The Family Curse, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good, and then like there was so many mistakes.
Solo, right?
Yeah, there were so many mistakes that happened along the way where it's like, okay, like it's just not a good quality product that I'm putting out, and then all of a sudden, like I went to Windsor to do like a whole kind of like saga episode series where I just go around and talk to another local podcast, two guys that I know very well, other guys who owned a club, other guys who I started out with, and a guy who I did my first podcast with, just do 4 episodes of like what I remember from Windsor comedy. And those were great episodes. And then the fucking hard drive crashed and I lost it all. And it's like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll just take my time, get a new thing going, because I'm not even liking what was going on before these episodes. So you know what? I'm just going to take what I learned from this, take the mistakes, take the L, and fucking create a new
Carry
plan.
it forward into something.
Exactly.
What kills me about you though is like, when when you go buy a product and they try to sell you the product service plan, and they go, look, this thing could possibly die or something, so you want to be those scenarios are what happened to you, by the way. Yeah. All those scenarios that never happen. Hey, by the way, this hard drive might just explode one day. Dude, his shit will just fucking explode. Your shit, like I've seen, like you have some weird. And your podcast is called The Family Curse.
There's a family curse. Yeah, like my family. What is it? The Sheldricks. We have a saying. It's crazy because I found it like when I was like 12 years old. I found it online, but now I can't fucking find it for the life of me. But it's like the Sheldricks, my family line. There's like Latin words.
Sheldrick sounds like slave owners, bro.
Sheldrick, yeah, they are.
we had a couple like 20 years ago. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like it was a fucking. We had to let him go last week.
Yeah.
No, but we have this Latin saying.
but no, not really.
When it's translated, it's to suffer is best. And that being said, I'm the last living Sheldrick on my side. They're all dead.
What are you talking about? Your mom's alive?
No, my mom's not a Sheldrick. She's not blood related.
Oh,
or, sorry, so my mom's blood related. But like everyone in the Sheldrick family line, like on my dad's
every
side,
guy you're saying,
everyone's dead.
Really?
They're all dead. They all died from like a rare hereditary muscular dystrophy, of a disease, and like I'm the last one because I'm a sperm donor kid. So.
Oh yeah, that's crazy,
buddy.
And your dad saw it coming too, huh?
Oh yeah,
it was by design, right?
You know what's fucking crazy is that my dad was trying. I remember being 15 years old, and he dropped weird little notes like about what he wants for his funeral with me. He would one time he was telling me he's like, yeah, Max, just try to commit this to memory. When I die, can you have them carry me out to Freebird?
Actually,
and I'm like, yeah, sure, Dad.
And you just go back to coloring?
Yeah. It's fuck. Well, I was 15. I was jerking
you were a
off.
slow kid.
I was jerking off.
La 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 la.
I go back to jerking off, just like, yeah, Dad, all right.
yeah.
Whatever.
He's in the same room with you. You're at the computer. It's in the corner of the den.
Dad,
yeah, okay,
what
whatever.
What did I say about talking?
Yeah, whatever, dude. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, man. It's an eye-opening thing. Like, one of the things that reminded me of is that the innocence of like a child is that I never really saw how sick my dad was, but everyone around me saw how sick he was.
Gotcha. So they were like very like they coddled you a little bit?
No, and I don't know. No one really I was delusional. So yeah, technically they coddled me where it's like they're not going to just be like, wake the fuck up. Yeah. He's gone soon. Like no one said that.
Do they give you a life like with muscular dystrophy? Did they just say
no? Like my dad could have done like physiotherapy. He also ate shitty. Like after my parents got divorced, like
you know what your dad said? What you told me your dad said after my dad had a stroke, and my dad's like, I've said this before, but like my dad's like, he had a stroke. When someone has a stroke, they're like on death's door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got like he's just kind of eating and chilling, and it's like. I would have had the same thought, but I remember what you told me where you were like, you want the person to eat well, but they're like, I don't know how long I got. I want to eat exactly what I want to eat.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Like he would eat so shitty every single day, but like that also just contributes to depression. Like if you
you're right. You are what you eat. Yeah.
If you eat exactly what you want every single time, your body's just gonna crave shit.
If you want Doritos, like my dad likes tuna, so he eats a lot of tuna. So it's not like dude, you're eating too much tuna. You know what I mean? You're going to get depressed.
Like, I remember my dad would send me out, and he would tell me to go to McDonald's Wendy's, and get him, like, 3 what are they fucking called?
They're wraps or whatever.
3 Baconators.
3?
Yeah.
God damn.
Because he was like, I'm going to have that for dinner and breakfast tomorrow. And it's like,
that's greasy.
Yeah, he would just eat like shit, man. Like, That's the thing is that when
that's small town shit. Though,
when your health deteriorates, there's only so much you can do, and sometimes people just slip and they keep falling hard.
Gotcha.
Like when I think back to it now, I'm like, holy shit. Like I remember the time where I'm 10 years old. I'm stronger than my dad.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm carrying in all the groceries. I'm pushing, and by the time I'm 11, I'm pushing a wheelchair. By the time I'm like,
So he's really deteriorating quick.
yeah. By the time I'm 12,
So he's walking at 10.
Yeah. By
11.
the time, yeah. He can still walk, but with a cane. By the time I'm like 14 years old, he's on an oxygen tank. He has like a motorized wheelchair. He sleeps for like 19 hours a day.
Actually,
Yeah.
He's just hanging on by a thread. Kind of thing.
And like I'm spending as much time with the guy as possible, but like it's hard to do. Like I'm just literally just chilling at the apartment waiting for him to wake up most of the time.
Yeah, no, I get you, dude.
Yeah,
I get you.
it's sorry, I don't mean to get
no. This is what it is. Like, it's not like it's like bro. We got to go back to comedy, bro.
It's like
no.
They haven't
fuck
laughed
that.
in a little while.
No,
It's
fuck
like,
that shit, dude. People like to hear this type of shit. This is real shit. Imagine being going through this shit and then like we didn't actually come to any sort of like conclusion of it and just be like, but Chris D'Elia is back on podcasting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
no, like it's like all you can do is just be around the person. But at the end of the day, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
You had that thing. That's why like the way we linked up was at that open mic, and you had that thing. People who experience death early have a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was so...
They have an understanding of mortality the average person does not until they deal with death intimately.
I feel like my dad kind of like imparted like a level of empathy that I kind of still have to this day, where it's like I could feel how sad he was all the time, and I can still feel that. It's like it's not necessarily auras, but it's like you can feel like essentially it is auras, but it's I don't like to say
Like
aura.
depression.
Like you can feel when someone's fucked. At
Yeah,
the time,
bro.
Or you can feel like if they're like people who are good vibes. You can feel that.
You can feel positivity and you can feel the depths of despair and
Like,
negativity.
one of the things is that I remember right after that, when my dad died, I remember hanging out with one of my friends, and it turned out like through just time and just realization is that he's a really toxic person to be around. Like I remember the day of my dad's funeral, I was hanging out with him after because I'm like, I kind of want to be with friends, but
You want things to go to normal.
He guilted me into buying him a Subway, buying him Subway, and it's like, man,
What do you say? Like your dad would have wanted this?
no, he's just like he's like, come on, man, like I don't have any money, and I'm like, man, can I just I don't have can we not can we just go back to your house? And he's like, no, man, I really want you to can you just please just buy me this? Like we're right here, right now, and it's like. For some reason, he would just there's people who are toxic who just latch on to people who are in despair. And you have to realize that, if you are hanging out with someone who you never, you ever hang out with someone and generally the interaction is fine, but you kind of leave the interaction being like, did I do something wrong?
Oh, you just there's a vacuum a little bit.
They're sucking energy out.
Yeah.
There are people like that.
They're parasites.
But man...
They're like those little fish that go under fucking sharks and whales and shit.
Yeah, they just latch onto you and they just keep sucking the energy out of you. And they drain you of not only funds, but your energy, any joy that you have in your life.
That is the best thing about growing up.
Yeah.
Is when you are young, you will hang around people like that just because you want to avoid the confrontation. You don't want to be like, yo, you're the worst.
Oh, yeah.
You're in this friend group, and I don't know how I'm going to avoid you, but I don't fuck with you. That's impossible to do at a young age. But as you get older, you can be like, yo, dog, especially if you find, like a partner, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then, especially if you got someone you fuck with fully and you live with, you'd be like, you are done.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
What I love what I love about Tisha is that Tisha is very in tune with people, where she's like, yeah, you shouldn't hang out with that fucking guy anymore. Where I'm like, why?
And you even kind of know it.
And yeah, I know it.
Like, what? Why?
And I'm like, and I'll be like,
Why?
yeah. I'm like, yeah, that was fucking weird, wasn't it? She's like, she'll point out all the flaws and things that it's like I not
he just took you to a Klan rally.
He's
not that bad.
he's all right. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, it's a weird point.
Hey,
but
he stormed the Capitol. But what did we get?
Coffee was good.
So he killed the cop. What are we talking about here? He's a nice guy. What do we? Yeah, but
she advises you. She goes
she's like as with anything, she's a partner. Like that, man, Tisha's she's the fucking shit. Like I know a lot of people talk shit about their wives or like their significant others, but man, I don't know. I feel lucky to have her. God damn.
Cheers to ladies and our lives, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. When you got a good thing going, it's very nice. It's very comforting. I'm actually beginning to get, like, I'm sliding into this thing nicely.
Yeah, you are.
No pun intended. There's some
Andres.
weirdos out there on the other side of that camera, like, none taken.
I don't know if you say her name on the podcast.
Andre, yeah. It's like, dude, what the fuck? The guys are typing.
Hey, what the fuck? Yeah.
You know what's actually funny about you saying that and me hiding that?
Yeah.
Andrew Santino. I'm shouting you out. I'm a big fan of Andrew Santino and his podcast.
Yeah. He watches.
Imagine. He's like, he does the wave thing. He pokes me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Saw that episode. But he will, while I listen to his podcast, he will avoid mention of what car he has. A lot of the guests will be like, you have a pretty sick, like, dude, whatever, it's a Prius. Like, he'll quickly get sarcastic and move away.
Yeah.
And like, I've Googled Andrew Santino's, and one of the first results on Google was car. Andrew Santino's car. All the fans are like, what the car is this? I bet it's like a 911 GT3, and it's gonna fuck. It's gonna fuck with his merch, and it's gonna, like, some people, I feel like there's a thought like, oh, if people see I'm doing well, they're not gonna want to support me. There's a little bit of that. But then Brendan Schaub does the opposite, where he shows you the Ferrari he got.
Yeah, but Brendan Schaub gets a lot of hate online.
Yeah, but it's like, as long as you can eat. Bro, I see those car roasting videos I did?
Yeah.
There's mad hate on that.
Really?
There's hate on that. And part of me was like, oh, shit. But then I'm like, that's the open internet. Haters exist, like, in numbers you don't even know. And it's like, that's why Rogan stressed the one thing. He's magnitude 10,000 times what we are, 100,000 times. And his one rule, don't read the comments.
Yeah. No,
I'm like on the low level of being like, oh, fuck, I'm getting that.
Dude, that's absolutely fair. Honestly, I don't see the point in reading comments, but also there's a value in reading comments when you're first starting out.
I have like a video, I have 1 or 2 comments. Who am I to be like, I don't respond to these comments?
Yeah.
No, comment.
You have
you know
to
what I mean?
engage.
Yeah. But if
absolutely.
it's like, some TikTok stuff will be like thousands of comments.
Yeah.
I'm not going to respond. I'm not even going to attempt. You know what I mean?
So are you going to keep doing TikTok like when comedy comes back in full swing? Like, I remember you talking about this where you're like, it's going to pivot entirely. Like, I don't know if you meant that sincerely, but you're like, it's going to pivot mostly to stand up again.
I don't know what to do. The short answer is, all I wanted during COVID was to get 100,000 subscribers or followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
As a challenge. And I got it.
You reached that, yeah?
And then I'm like, nothing's changed. So I'm like, my first thought was, let me get 1 million now. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, let me stop and just think about what's happening here. Because I spent so many hours creating ideas, filming content, putting it out, and I achieved my goal, and now I just 10x'd it. It's like, let me just stop before because we're so quick to like admonish, like, I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but I'm using it anyway. Yeah, exactly. I don't know that word. Oh, fuck.
I think it's the right word.
I think, I'm offended because I don't know the word. I'm gonna take it as disrespect. We're so quick to, what was I talking about again? Before
you were talking about stopping TikTok.
Yeah,
getting lazy in a sense.
Oh yeah, we're so quick to admonish or hate on alcoholics, gambling addicts, any of those people.
Yeah.
But it's like the hours and the way I'm thinking about this is the same thing. It's an addiction. I'm opening the app and I'm looking at that red thing that's gonna pop up and tell me
it's dopamine. That's all it is.
What the followers are and the likes, and I'm like, it's the same thing. And I achieved the goal I wanted, and now I've 10x'd it. So let me just slow down before I go, okay, now I need to 10x this shit. You know what I mean? Because comedy's in the horizon.
Man,
it's around the corner. So now I got to think about it.
I cannot fucking wait. The fact that there's still like now there's some shows that are starting back up, and like even there's some illegal shows where it's like living rooms that have been going on, and I don't give a fuck if people know that I've been doing those types of shows. I honestly, the fact that I can still keep going out there and doing this shit, it
feels better than anything.
Yeah, it feels good to keep doing it. The fact that there's other places, like, it's only because what our government and what our general municipality is saying. That's the reason that we're not supposed to. As soon as that changes, like I swear to God, it could be the tomorrow where they're like, the numbers are exactly the same, but we're going to open entirely. There's a good portion of the population who would be like, fucking thank God.
Yeah,
Thank God.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it. Let's go full tilt. And there's still going to be those people who are like, well, the law is, sure, the law says that, but this isn't right now. And it's like, you realize that the economy is fucking dying, right? You realize that people are depressed at an unbelievable...
I'm confused, to be honest, because just the other day I could go into a no frills, no problem. And just today I'm trying to go get groceries. And now it's like all these groceries have huge lineups. It's like they've... Yeah, did it get more restricted in the last 5 days? Did something happen?
I don't know.
I thought we were getting less restricted.
What was crazy is that
what the fuck is happening right now?
The Friday, which was yesterday, the first week after lockdown, or sorry, the stay-at-home order ends, because we're still in lockdown. Yeah, that's what's crazy is that the's really, like,
he's actually virtually here, by the way.
I don't.
You're not actually here. That's the crazy part about this
but like,
current future technology.
Here's what's crazy is that there's no difference between lockdown and stay-at-home order, aside from, will we really mean it now?
Yeah,
like,
right.
It's so fucking, it's so stupid.
It's like a stern fucking
The
parent.
Friday of, like, which was yesterday, I experienced traffic unlike anything I'd experienced in the past year. Like, people were just dying.
But keep in mind though, I got in the same boat where I'm like, damn, this is a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's been unseasonably warm.
Yeah.
Which makes people want to go to every trail, every coast, every place. We got to get out. We got to go.
People are going to their cottages.
Yeah, people are going everywhere.
People are getting the fuck out of Toronto. Then now that there's no stay-at-home order, now that they don't have to stay there, they're going to get the fuck out of there. Like, I don't know. I was almost tempted to just go home because I haven't seen my parents since fucking September, man. Like, at a certain point.
That's crazy. You know, I've been going. My dad is like COVID food at this point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're still going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get. 90% of the times I got a COVID test.
Yeah,
but like the last time I just went,
dude.
I was like, it's been like 4
but
tests.
Also, who are you seeing? Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah. I feel fine. Everything is the same.
Wear a mask where you go. Like, man, the fact that I haven't gotten it. Like, I've been at work every single day. I go into people's houses. I move furniture for them. I go into at least 15 to 20 people's houses.
But you're not getting tested though, so you might have it.
I get tested every like 2 weeks.
You have to?
Yeah. No, I don't have to. I just do.
So you get the nose test every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Jesus. Are you used to it? Because it still feels like my brain is getting stabbed.
It sucks, dude. Like, there's no avoiding how much it sucks. Like, it's either that or an ass swab, and I'm not doing the ass swab.
You can do it. The ass swab is real? I thought that was just like social media jokes.
No, that's China being like, anyone who's foreign who's coming into the country, we're shoving something in your ass.
What's hilarious to me is I thought the nose thing worked great.
Oh yeah, well technically.
What's the ass thing?
It's an eight. It's okay.
You just see.
You
go to their health advisor. He's like, why not?
Literally, dude.
Why not?
It's just, you know how uncomfortable the nose thing is?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but with your ass. That's all. That's the only difference.
I swear to God, assuming it doesn't go really deep, I'd rather get an ass swab than a nose swab. Because the nose swab I've been getting goes into your brain, bro. Give me a fucking Q-tip in my ass, an inch, sure.
They don't even.
I don't give a fuck.
The thing is,
bro, in your brain, it hurts like crazy, man. The first one I did, I don't know if you did it back when they first started doing this test.
Yeah, where they like scrape the side of your.
No. That's what they do now.
No,
when they were first doing it, they would just shove it up, and they were advised to stop when there was resistance, and resistance at that point wasn't even defined.
Oh yeah.
So it was just like subjective as fuck.
Remember that?
I swear, I left the hospital. I was in line for 5 hours.
Yeah.
At University Hospital. I don't know what it's called, but it was on University Street.
Yeah.
5 hours. I get it. The person is pushing it in further and further. They're telling me, stop pushing your head back. I'm like, I can't. You're stabbing my brain. It hurts.
Yeah.
And I wasn't right for 2 days. And that night I was getting Fresca, and I saw on the news that some lady's spinal fluid was leaking out of her nose after a COVID test. I'm like, that's happening to me.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's what's happening to me.
Dude, I don't know. Like, there's so many doctors who are there. It's like you're gonna get a shitty doctor eventually. Like, I've had so many good ones who are like, they're like, yeah, you don't actually have to shove it all the way up till it touches like any sort of surface. Like, you just have to get the mucus on there. Like, I have one girl. There's the last.
They all say something different.
The last few people have just put it in there. They switch it around, and then it's good. Like, it sucks for like maybe 3 to 4 minutes after I'm leaving. But there's also some people who just fucking like I'll go and have that experience 5 times.
Yeah, they
and
think
then
they're
have
jousting.
like have one guy who's just like, oh, sorry,
Yeah.
didn't mean to actually fucking scratch the side.
Break it in your fucking nasal passage.
Like, Jesus Christ, dude! Like, how long have you been doing this for? A year?
It's my first day.
Jesus Christ, man!
Oh, okay. You just walk out with the thing sticking out of your nose.
You just see him with a fucking like one of those,
You're like, oh,
one of those
okay,
beanies with a propeller on it.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
alone,
Like Fresh Prince.
alone. Like, Jesus Christ, who are they hiring at these hospitals, man? Like, I don't know.
Bro, this South Park pandemic special, which I just finished. If you did not the pandemic, sorry, the vaccine special. It just came out 2 days ago as of whenever this episode drops. It'll have been 5 days ago, the 11th of March. You got to watch this thing. This has been South Park's most impressive thing I've seen in years. Yeah. More than the pandemic special, more than Integrity Farms, more than anything.
Dude, it's great.
This was such a home run. It blows my mind how they nailed it on every level, bro. They even put when they said Hollywood elites in that joke, they even put Matt Stone and Trey Parker as a picture.
It's so fucking funny, the fact that they, like, even though people are like, oh, well, they're not putting out a full season. It's like, yeah, but also you got to understand the fact that all the animators are working from home, and the fact that this is such an unprecedented time. They want to be able to comment entirely. Like, there's so much for them to work with, and for them to actually hit every single nail on the head. Like, in each special, they comment, like on the first one, they commented on everything, every single thing that happened over
in the year.
Yeah. They hit
Trump, this, BLM, all that.
Police,
everything.
Yeah. They were so fucking good at it. Yeah. Like the mask.
It's almost like clinically precise. You know what I mean?
It was amazing.
Like it's almost like they wrote a list of topics that we have to address hilariously, and they do it flawlessly because they've had 24 years to cultivate. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that today. Even their B and C stories they do with Kenny, all that tenseness of the boys being like, that is just like, it's like salt on top of the meal, where it's like, it's the structure's there perfectly. Yeah. It's hilarious, but they add that emotional thing among, so it's like they've mastered storytelling essentially.
100%. Man, you know what's crazy is that I work with this one guy who's like, I was like, did you watch the new South Park special? He's like, that's for kids. Wow. I'm like, what are you like? There's some people who are so detached from reality. It's like, you don't even understand that it's one of the best political satires of our fucking time.
Or not even just political. It's just I would say satires.
Yeah, one of the best satires.
Besides, it was like Chappelle Show, South Park.
Yeah. It's amazing
for social commentary.
It's such a good show, and like even this last one, we were talking about that.
This one here with the vaccine?
Yeah, the pharmacy,
the nightclub.
Yeah,
dude,
the guy with the list.
The opening scene,
so fucking funny.
I'm like, right away, I'm laughing. I know exactly what they're doing, even though that vaccine situation is not because Canada, we're so behind, and the States have sucked the supply of the world. I don't know what's happening, but the States have like put out the vaccine in way higher percentages than us. But I'm assuming people are actually in line at Walgreens, at CVS's. We don't even have it accessible here. I don't even know an old person who has it.
No, it's here. It's here.
No, I know, but they're going to the old folks' homes.
Literally this past week they started letting them out at Shoppers.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Like,
is it a lineup like...
yes. It's crazy.
That's hilarious. So it works perfectly.
I'm telling you, it's down the street. Like, it's a full block lineup.
Like a Drake concert.
Yeah. It's like, what was it? Just like a Shoppers. It's like midway through the block. All the way to the light, there's a line.
Imagine walk up to a guy. What is this? It's like, it's a vaccine line. I thought it was a Drake concert. It's like, Drake's in there. Yeah. He's at the top of the line, OVO. I wonder if like celebrities are all already vaccinated.
Oh,
like there was a celebrity vaccination service.
Man, whenever you see like
It's like a diamond
when I saw
syringe.
when I saw Biden like doing the press photo where he's getting his first vaccine, it's like you already had the vaccine, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, right.
There's no way that they don't already have the vaccine. There's a list of people. Rogan's already got the vaccine. I guarantee it.
Oh, Rogan, of course, because money talks.
Yeah,
it goes to the people with money first. Rogan has like a fucking COVID test that you just like look at a screen and it tells you if you have COVID in 2 seconds.
You know, got it, buddy.
You just got to give it one wink or something. Like they have the most advanced COVID testing shit. Yeah. Whereas here it's like, do this swab and in 72 hours, I'll tell you. If you hear nothing, that means
you know what's crazy is that we have rapid testing here, but they don't tell you where. No one will tell you where. They have it. I've searched it up. They approved it for Ontario and Canada.
I guess it's not OHIP or whatever.
And no, like it's approved. It is approved by the government of Canada to be used, but you can't find any of these sites that are using them where you could just be like, oh, okay, I want to go home and see my family for the weekend. Could I just get a test that they'll let me know in 15 minutes?
But who's paying for it? Like it's free or you paid for it?
I would fucking pay for it.
Because what I'm saying is all the people who are willing to pay for it probably suck up the supply. Because at that point, it's like every set needs to continue. You know what I mean? Like every function needs to continue that has like money on the line.
Yeah, and like that's cool and everything. But if they've approved it, then they generally should have a supply that could keep replenishing.
I know. But like that's what I'm saying. I think the States and a lot of these bigger economies may have sucked the world's supply. Fucking sucked it, bro. Yeah. Just in an effort to restart or stabilize their economy as quickly as possible.
You know what was nuts is that they were reporting, like when the vaccine first started coming out, they were reporting that Trump had fucked up with the negotiations. And he said, like, and they're like, oh, yeah, that's why the States is not going to get their vaccine. And it was like this whole thing in the news. And yet the States is leading the world right now in vaccines.
Because like I've said this 100 times, in the States, things move way faster than here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yo, people need vaccines. Let's get the money. Let's pay the supplier. Let's get the vaccine. That process, A to C, A to D, moves so much faster in this. Here, it's like, okay, we got to meet 3 weeks from now. And that's kind of the States. But I'm saying even in emergency moments, the States makes moves way faster than Canada, bro.
At this point, I'm so sick of the, government of, just government of Canada and Ontario. I'm sick of their little fucking press conferences where they come out and Doug Ford will say a speech. And then he'll be like, now I'm going to defer to such and such, who gives a fuck. And they're going to say the exact same speech.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
now
like, we don't care, dude. Just fucking open up.
Now I have a Sikh guy with a turban saying the same thing. And next after him will be a woman. So vote for me next time you get the opportunity to vote.
Like, thanks, Doug. You know what I mean? You're on our ballot, buddy.
It's always one of each. The people who stand behind them look like commercials.
All my favorite venues.
It's so designed.
As of right now,
we need a woman. Can I get a minority? We have a Sikh guy with a turban. He's almost here, but he's in traffic. Okay, just give me a black guy.
I would love to know who the government of Canada's PR firm is, because they have it. They of course have it, where they have to at this point.
Bro, I do. What's funny for me is like, I did a commercial just yesterday, which I did.
Who was it for?
Coors.
Oh, nice. I love how you said it.
Coors was funny for me because like I just did a Coors commercial, and that's a beer, you know what I mean? And it's gonna air.
It's established for the people who are in, what was it called again?
Well, for people that are not in North America, people listen from all over the place, brother. Okay. Shout out to Cyprus, my niggas in Cyprus.
Where's Cyprus?
Like it's like an island off like Lebanon or Greece.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
all right, cool.
It's good. It's in there, you know what I mean?
Well, hell yeah.
But it's fuck.
Sorry, what were you about to say? Huh? What was it?
Yo, shout out to Red Label, by the way, for sponsoring this.
Also, Great Lakes. Thank you very much.
Sometimes when you record late, bro, your memory's all fucked up, but that's okay. We're having fun, brother.
Dude, this has been such a good time, man. I'm just happy that things are starting to happen again. I really am. Like
this that was final scene of the South Park that gave me so much hope.
Yeah, like the fact that things are like. One of the things that I've been asking, like the conspiracy theorists who are in my life, I'm like, okay, yeah, that sounds plausible. But what if over the next year, things open up, it doesn't lock down again? Will you admit that you are wrong? Like, you know what I mean? Like, where they're just like, no, everything's done, man. The government's going to just, like, these people who are just nothing but just cynical fucks who just infect your life, where it's just
contrarians.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you really think the world's going to come back?
It doesn't matter what it is. You know what I mean?
Bro.
The next one will be like
no one
COVID 48.
Yeah, who cares? Who cares? I just want to go. I want to get back to what we were doing. If it happens again, we'll deal with it then. But I just want things to fucking get back to the way they were.
But you know what's sick? I read this a while back. Taiwan handled COVID amazingly because Taiwan got fucked in the ass by SARS or H1N1, one of those two. Got fucked. So they put together a pandemic playbook. And now when COVID came along, they handled it. So the beautiful thing about COVID for everybody else, especially in Canada, North America, where we were so cocky, like we were on top, like we didn't even worry about this. No. We're making fun of Asian people for having masks. Everyone made fun of Asian people for wearing masks, right?
Yeah,
we openly been like, oh, dude, the Asians with masks.
What are they worried about?
That is gone. That is even after COVID. The really hypochondriacs of all cultures will always be wearing masks. You know what I mean? I just see doctor visits being like, wear a mask or some shit like that. They're going to push the mask like crazy.
And dude, like, honestly, I couldn't give a shit. Like, if things started opening up, if I was able to actually go see family, do shows wherever they are, wherever they're going on, then I'm fucking happy with that. I could give a shit. Like, at this point, it's kind of like what happened with 9/11. Like, at a certain point, man.
Oh, God.
No, it's like the regulations.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Like,
we have
the new
most 9/11 sponsors for some reason. I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
But just I have a steel beam sponsor for some reason.
Fuck? Jet fuel sponsor. What the fuck?
Buy Uline steel beams. I have a lot of contractors who listen to this podcast.
But the new restrictions that came into play with that, it's like everyone kind of figured that was going to happen after 9/11. They were like, oh yeah, that would probably make sense. Even though it sucks, it's like, yeah, all right, we get it. Like, at this point, if you have to wear a mask going to like a doctor's office, then who cares?
Yeah. I'm not just like, man, I want my face. I'm like rioting to have my face shown in a doctor's office.
Man, couldn't give a shit at this point, man. I love how we've drank all this whiskey in the Great Lakes, and it's like we gotta keep doing a podcast.
No, 100%, bro. I mean, we shoot for that hour 10, right, brother?
How much time have we? So far?
How much time do we have left, bro? You can't be asking that shit on a podcast, right? It's been how much time? Am I good? I gotta pee.
10.
Oh, actually, we're like 50 minutes, bro.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, brother, man. We're doing great, man. We're doing great.
Yeah. But, like after these...
that final scene of South Park.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What was it
again? You guys need to watch this vaccination special.
I watched it like 4 days ago. I already forgot what it was.
It just showed their idea of how this whole thing wraps up. Everyone is vaccinated. They rip their mask off. Obviously, it wouldn't happen like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I'm like, yeah, damn, that's the idea. Once... the vaccines, think of everything. Think of everything you've ever known, every fad, everything you've ever known that at one point it was hard to get. And PS5 or whatever is it PS5?
Yeah.
Impossible to get. Now I bet I can get it easily, right?
It's crazy. You don't know what it was.
Yeah. I don't know if it's PS6 or PS4 is what I'm saying. I know the PS part. I don't know the number.
I love it.
Do you remember the Live Strong bracelets, the yellow bracelets that came in during grade school? Like everyone had to wear Live Strong.
Yeah.
And I wanted to buy. I couldn't even find one. What? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then as the fad is phasing out, supply is everyone corrected for the supply for the fad, and they all have inventory. It's just like hand sanitizer. When I go to Walmart now, the shelves are stocked fully. So so I really get the sense, I'm like, man, this is in the fizzling out period.
Yeah.
There's fucking hope at the end of the tunnel. Like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh yeah, like there's going to be an oversupply of like these things where it's like the masks, the sanitizer, the things that like people are like, we have that. We have it.
I thought about this today. Imagine 4 years from now, you finally moved out your oven. you were like, I gotta clean behind the oven for years. And one day you're just high and you're bored and you move it back and you just see a blue mask back there. You're like, fuck, dude, COVID. Fuck, COVID.
That's crazy.
Like, dude, imagine. Okay, you've worked construction, right?
Yeah.
How many times have you done a teardown or something and there's McDonald's bags from 1991?
Dude, Timmy's cups everywhere.
From 83, right?
Yeah.
Now, in like 30 years, from the houses built right now, there'll be masks between the drywall.
You know what was hilarious is that there was like when I was like 20 years old, we built this solar farm, and it's nothing but what are they called? Temp companies who just hire like drug addicts and alcoholics, ex-cons.
That's how temps work, bro.
100% of the time to just
you are a temp in life and
everything. Like there's these posts that we'd put in the ground, then we'd attach the solar panels to. There was a flood that happened at one of these sites, and all the water that came up through the ground and pushed everything up through the posts. There was nothing but Timmy's cups everywhere. Everywhere, dude. I'm telling you, like, it took them like 3 dump trucks to fill up. Our company sat us down. And it's like, what the fuck, guys? You can't litter like this. And it's like, well, I don't know.
That's something I really do. That's hilarious to say that. Yeah. I was just having a conversation with a buddy of mine just yesterday about, and you've been in the States a lot too. You haven't lived in the States, but you get the feel of Michigan because you grew up in Windsor, blah, 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 or Chatham.
Yeah. Very Americanized, yeah.
But my favorite thing about living in the United States was the diner culture, the breakfast options that are available. Because when you come to Canada, Tim Hortons is a monopoly on Canada. When you think breakfast in Canada, you go through a Timmy's drive-thru on your way to the site, or McDonald's. McDonald's is everywhere. Yeah. But besides that, it's more Timmy's than McDonald's, without a doubt.
Yeah,
in Canada, without a doubt. Right?
Yep.
Like Timmy's is like breakfast.
No, without a doubt.
You get your coffee, you're not wrong. Get your fucking, right? You know what I mean?
You're not wrong. I'm just saying, like, in terms of breakfast, it's like either it's mostly Timmy's, sometimes McDonald's, but sorry, my bad. It's nothing.
But as far as like the work site is concerned, people in the States might get Timmy's. McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, Timmy's if they're in Michigan, Illinois, in the southern states, it's whatever. But like they at least have an amazing breakfast culture. I love that, bro. Coney Island's in Michigan, all over the place. Diners everywhere. Like in Canada or in Ontario, you may be in a place where there's no place in the States where you can't get a diner within 20 minutes of you. Yeah. Diner culture has lived. Breakfast, all day breakfast type shit is huge in the States. Because people are fat fucks. They love it. You know what I mean? Of course. That's the number one thing I miss. Is like, yo, I know that on that block, all that street of restaurants, one of them is a breakfast joint. Whereas here in Toronto, it's like breakfast places are in St. Clair. There's one in Dundas. Like, it's like... Yeah.
But I like the fast food. Like when I used to go over to the States and do shows, Michigan has like a real...
Culver's.
They have like some fucking... Just some weird and niche drive-through. Just drive-through. There's no... You can't go into the store.
Like Fast Eddie's in Canada. Fast Eddie's?
Yeah, like you have to have a card. It's an exclusive club. And I'm like...
Oh, Sonic's is like that too.
One of these places that had like, it was like sausage links. It's not even sausage links. They just call it links on the fucking menu. And then grits. And then cakes, hot cakes.
I love it. I fucking love it to death, bro.
Have you ever had grits?
Yeah, I've had grits.
I'm not going to lie.
I don't like grits.
Leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be...
It's like a big serving of mush.
I thought it was going to be something that it's like... I thought it was going to be greasy. I thought it was going to be like savory.
Bro, grits is a delicacy that has evolved through slave culture.
Dude, it's
you know what I'm saying?
So
it is nothing.
It needs something.
It's like how like the slaves, they would get the entrails and they would get like the nothingness of a hog. Yeah. They would get the very leftovers, so they'd end up making crazy meals out of the leftovers of shit. And grits is one of those things that...
What is grits,
It's like grease and potato starch. I don't even know. I just had it. I don't know exactly what it is.
Sucks. Yeah.
But
you know what?
Besides grits, biscuits, cornbread...
Oh, yeah, corn cobs. Oh. Corn cobs at a drive-thru. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what do you guys got going on in the background?
I don't want to be this guy because I'm a Canadian. You know what I mean? Like I said, even when I've been to Sudan, is when I realize how Canadian I am.
Oh yeah, yeah. What have you seen over there?
What did I see in Sudan?
Yeah.
I saw poverty, but I saw people living a better life than we are in a city, though.
What?
With nothing.
For real?
Yeah, man.
Happy as
Imagine
fuck?
living in the villages, and if you need a hospital, you're 15 minutes away from the main city that has a hospital. Just like we're 15 minutes from a hospital.
Yeah.
But at night, you see the stars like crazy. Your neighborhood is your direct family. So community is crazy.
I could see that, yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, people are living
the
same shit over there.
You know what's hilarious is that me and Tisha, we were watching this video, and it's like we thought it was a documentary, like a mini documentary about a child with one eye, and it turned out to be the best butter chicken recipe I've ever seen.
What? What? I'm so confused. What do you mean?
Like
A documentary ended up being a recipe?
We were smoking so much weed. And we were watching this video, and it's like, oh man, this child has such a hard life, and he's like hunting chickens, and then it turns out to be is like a butter chicken recipe.
That's it?
That's it.
It wasn't him about what about his one eye? He just had one eye?
Yeah.
It was never addressed?
No. It's like I thought it was like one of those Sarah McLachlan videos where it's like just a sad video about a child. It's like you
with flies around him and shit.
Yeah, and it's like all it is this kid made a YouTube video with a cell phone, and he hunts chickens, and then he gathers the fucking spices. I wish I could find it for the life
Bro,
of me.
I would love to see you in Sudan.
Yeah?
Yeah, like in the capital, in Khartoum. So the capital's like you could
How do you
like
say that
people
again?
Khartoum, say it.
Khartoum?
Yeah, you
there
feel
we
that
go.
ISIS bubbling up in you?
I love it. I love the spice.
Mazel tov. Yeah. We got the same. We had before the Jews. We got first, but bro, I'd love to see you in Sudan. Just like how
dude,
people
I'd be
would
blown
react.
away 100%
Because they
of
would.
the time.
I feel like some people would assume you're like in business.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, this guy's here on official business.
Dude, but the same...
Let's say you got airdropped in Sudan. I'd love to hear this.
Okay.
You got airdropped in Sudan. You don't know where you are in the country.
Okay.
Airdropped. And you just fucking landed. What is your game? What is your mind thinking?
Okay.
Like, in reality, like, actually.
What is the landscape?
The landscape is... There's like, you see a street. You're in like an open desert kind of field, but you see a paved street in the distance.
Okay.
And then you feel the bustle of society over there to the right. And like you're wearing exactly what you're wearing right now. For those listening, denim jacket, navy blue hoodie under it with beige pants. An attempt to be stylish, but the opposite.
Hurtful, but okay.
Hurtful, yeah. Unnecessary, but all right.
I don't know because like, okay, do I know that I'm in?
Do they have spears?
Do I? They have spears, of course. Do I know that I'm in a foreign country, or do I? I don't know why that would
right away. Your mind is like, oh, this is not Canada. Right away, you know this is not Canada.
Okay, I would go towards society. Do they know English?
Like you will, once you speak English, you say English, you can find a guy who'll know English.
Okay, I started talking with him. Then I find my way to the foreign consulate. All right, and then after that,
what would you say? What would you say to the first guy? I'm the first guy who came upon you. Okay, and you're coming at me. You're coming at me, and I'm like, what the fuck, right? Okay, action. Let's go.
I'm like, sir, do you know English?
خواجة دشنا تعال.
English.
مالك؟ ما زي مشاكل يا زول.
English.
English؟ ما في English. No, ما في English.
Do you know anyone else English?
ما في أي English يا ود الكلب. عارف شنو يا شو الخواجة ده؟
I feel like I'm gonna die.
شوف ده.
I feel like I'm going to die in this city. Like, English. Do you know English?
No, now that I actually am talking to you like this, I realize you'd be totally fine.
Oh yeah. Really?
You'd be a spectacle. Yeah, it's not like, imagine a tribal black person from Amazon jungle or an African tribe fell into the middle of Toronto. It's not like he would people would just kill him.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So
like-
it's the same in Sudan. People just don't kill people.
Oh, yeah,
or like
no,
attack people. Like,
I
it's different than us.
figured.
You know.
I figured as much. I'm like, I just feel like.
So if someone said Mafi English,
if I can't communicate, like, because that's the thing. It's like if someone with no communication skills drops into Toronto, they probably won't be able to make.
and they have just a small thing covering their genitals.
They're fucked.
Yeah. First of all, they're gonna get cut for.
I feel like I would
indecent
be
exposure.
fucked in Sudan because I can't speak I can't speak the foreign language, and on top of that, if I can't find someone who can, then I feel like people would dismiss me.
You would have. I would rather be you falling into Sudan
Than
that guy falling into Toronto.
Yeah, because
that guy's gonna see a sexy chick and just do some tribal fucking like the boonies fucking you know what I mean? Like,
would that actually be what he does?
whoa, take it easy. We're talking about tribal people that are doing tribal shit. Then we're talking about Toronto society. That's a totally different vibe. What if in that tribe of the Mazinga, which I made up right now?
All right.
Let's say in the Mazinga tribe, if you want a girl, you fucking go and do something called the Dutty wine. This is the Mazingas in Jamaica.
Oh my god, I love how
He
you
just
just
does
rip it. The
Oh my
ripping is
God, he's a beast from another country. Who is he?
I feel like,
But I would rather be you.
He would be dismissed immediately because people in Toronto don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about.
They would
like,
just think you're schizophrenic.
Yeah, exactly. There's like people in
go,
Toronto.
"Oh,
People in
oh,
Toronto deal with that shit.
Dude,
Dude, if you
And he's
don't
like-
speak English, if you don't make coherent sense to people who are like readily able to like listen,
they write you off.
yeah, immediately.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you-
for sure.
if you-
Especially in metropolitan centers.
Dude, even this one guy who was like, I'm leaving a grocery store, and he's like, look, man, I'm not homeless. I'm like, nope.
yeah.
Made perfect coherent sense as soon as he's like,
Oh.
I'm not homeless. It's like, you're homeless, all right? I'm not fucking entertaining them.
Do you never give money?
No, I totally give money.
Do you hear the story first?
No, honestly, if I have money to give, if I have any sort of change, then I'm going to give it.
What if you have a 5?
If I have a 5, yes. Like
Because this
if it-
just
it's a-
happened to me today, and it was in.
Like if I get tip money for the day, like if I have any sort of petty cash, then there's a guy who I usually pass on my way home. It changes up because I don't know.
Whoever's working that corner at that
Dude,
time.
I'm so curious as to how they change it up because it's like it looks
It's
like
systemized.
yeah.
It's systemized, right?
Because there's guys like I'll sometimes come into it where they're in an argument as to what, like I'll be at the intersection and he'd be like, "No, this is my day."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, what?
Bro.
How do you decide that?
There are intersections that I cross on a regular basis where I'll see consistent people, and I'm like, there is some sort of organization happening. I don't know if it is an unwritten rule
straight
amongst
up.
these people, or is it explicitly defined turf thing?
Yeah.
But there is clearly some sort of organization happening.
And it is like the this what is it the importance of the intersection is defined by whether or not they are getting on or off one of the major highways that circulate Toronto, whether it be the DVP or the QEW. So those are
That's
hot
Spadina
spots.
exit. Oh, that's
Yeah, like,
that's
that's the
cream of the
Spadina-
crop.
Yeah.
That's
like
location.
that-
They even probably say location.
They fucking lose their minds if like I've seen guys fight
Yeah.
at the what is it, the Jarvis exit.
Oh,
They get into fist fights.
They call that Beverly Hills,
They will
bro.
throw each other into traffic. I've seen it happen where, like, man, it's crazy that. But the guys who ask for change, like, they'll fight with each other, but they won't fuck with you. But at the Castle Frank entrance, there's been like
it's a totally different vibe.
totally different vibe. I remember they're very aggressive at the Castle Frank one.
Yeah.
Like I remember I told this on my podcast where this guy, he walked past me. He walked like I'm in the middle lane. There's a left turning lane. A guy in the left turning lane I'm adjacent to. He is in a Tesla.
Yeah.
Okay? It's a nice day, and it's this homeless guy. He walks past me.
He's revving it.
And he starts going towards the Tesla. The guy rolls up his window as he's walking over to him. And this guy's just like, he's knocking on the window. He's like, "Do you have any change?" And and he doesn't even acknowledge him. He's not even just like, "No, I'm sorry, I don't have it." He doesn't acknowledge his
Wow.
existence. So
I'm afraid people are gonna hit the car if I do that.
So this guy rips his fucking mirror off.
Oh,
And smashes it against his window.
Actually-
I swear to Christ, all this guy in the Tesla did, he was like, and he drove away. That's it. Just because he's like, I can't do anything about that. He can't sue the guy.
Yeah, but it's like acknowledge people. That's the fucking lesson.
That's the lesson. It's
you can't be like, it's not real. It's not real. He'll go away.
Like, stop
He'll
being
move
a fucking
past you. He'll move past you. Like,
acknowledge the fact that they're a person. Give change. If you have change, fucking give it, man.
You know what I do? I look at the people, I go, nah. But here's the thing. I just had a guy today, like we were in line again. I was complaining about the grocery store. We're in line and the guy's like begging right at the end of the line, right? Where when you're at the head of the line.
Yep.
So you're just waiting to go in now. So he's got you full fucking attention.
Of course.
They've mastered the art of their placement. He's talking to my girl. I park the car. I come up. He's gonna be, I just need bus tokens. He asked for 10.
Yeah.
He goes, look, I just figured that I might as well ask for something that I could use instead of just money, right? And I was like, oh, that's when I know he's selling this for money. Yeah. That line right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're selling this for money. We go inside. He's like, I asked for 10, but whatever you get me. And my Andrea's asking for 5, and 5 costs $15.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you're not giving this guy 5 costs $15, and these things hold their value. Then it's like,
yeah.
I'm like, she doesn't even pay for the bus when she gets on it. Why the fuck do you think that guy would pay for the bus? Yeah. He's not. This is just so I'm like, but I'm like, fuck. At the same time, he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
And we were standing in that line so long he could get to our heartstrings.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. So I pulled out a 5 out of my pocket, and as I was walking out, he looked at the 5 in my hand. He looked at the 5. I'm holding it like this. He goes, "You get the bus?" I'm like, "No, we didn't get it, man." He's like, "Oh." And then I'm like, and he sees the 5.
Yeah.
I think he knows what's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, we're not getting it, man." He goes, "Oh, okay. You got anything?" And like right when I give him the 5, he goes, "Okay, man, thank you." And just like the second the money is coming their ways, it changes from like a sell to a like, just like, "Oh, okay, all right."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
It happens every time where every time I want to give the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
that's just why. Be like, no, they're not doing drugs. They just are down on their luck.
Yeah.
But every now and then you get someone who be like, "Oh my God, thank you. Like, I appreciate you so much." Like,
God bless.
You feel it.
Yeah.
But every now and then, the second money is presented, they're like, "All right, I got this one. Let's move on to the next one." Type vibe, and I'm like, "You motherfucker!" I just want
to. Dude, this is the thing is that there's certain guys who it's like. They're dismissive in the fact that like if they don't get what they want, they're gonna be super cunty to you. Like there's this one guy who's I think it was like Thursday. He's walking around. He's asking people for money, and I'm just like, he's like money for food, and I'm like, I have food. Like I gave him like I had these snacks. It's like nutrient. It's like I don't know.
I can't bite this shit.
Yeah, it's like quinoa kind of snack.
It sounds like ass.
That might work.
I wouldn't even take that. Yeah,
it's good. It's tasty.
It's not bad.
It's tasty and it's good carbs. It's got a lot of protein. It's really good. I'm like, hey, dude, I got food if you want. And he's like, fuck you. And I'm like, fuck me.
Oh, that's happened every time.
The fuck is that? Like, as though that's the right response.
Guy begged me for money on the way into a Hasty Market in college, and I remember just being like, in the Hasty Market, I had a moment where I was like, I'm gonna buy him a sandwich, and I'm gonna bring it out to him.
Yeah.
And it was like those tinfoil wrapped up sandwich, not tinfoil, sorry, like saran wrap.
Yeah.
I gave it to the motherfucker was like, just fucking tossed it. I'm like, that's like one of the first lessons where it's like, it's all going to drugs or alcohol. All of it is.
Yeah, but
I want to believe otherwise.
But what you would assume is,
but at some point you feel like a fucking idiot.
But what's crazy is that it's like at a certain point, it's like if you're getting food, it's like keep it, keep the food. Like survival instinct has.
That's the craziest part. This guy's like drugs are nothing. Exactly. Keep the food. This guy's full. That means he is full.
Yeah.
And he wants money. Yeah. he for crack or whatever the fuck. The worst type of person.
Yeah. It's like
fuck him. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
I still go by a case by case basis, but it's fucking hard, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like a sucker 90% of the times.
Like that guy that I was telling you about, who's like, "Oh look, man, I'm not homeless." Literally, like, if you deny the fact,
then get out of my face.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my face, dude.
If you're not homeless, then I don't want to. I can't. I don't want to hear the second thing you have to say. You have to be homeless to talk to me randomly.
I'm not homeless. Okay, then you're a scam artist.
Yeah.
Straight up. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Tell me you're homeless, and then I'll hear the second line.
That was one of the big things in Windsor is that like every homeless guy would pretend that they're not homeless, and they would try to just have this huge scam artist kind of mentality where it's like the same guy who I would see like 3 to 5 nights a week just doing shows in Windsor he'd be like, he'd have a different excuse every time. Like one time it was like, look, man, I'm actually here on a bachelor party. My daughter's actually back with a babysitter.
And Sarnia, she needs $50 for the Greyhound.
Yeah,
it's always 50 for the Greyhound.
The guy who I was with, he got locked in the drunk tank, and I can't get home. And I'm like,
Stop. Whenever you give me too many details, I know for a fact you're lying. For a fact. But some people have mastered it where they give you just, this guy today, he gave me just the perfect details and the perfect thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to believe you.
Yeah,
I want to feel like, yo, I'm helping you. This is going to like help in your life. And you know what? It's $5 in my wallet, whatever. I should be fine without it.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll help you. But the second where I'm like, the way he grabbed it, I'm like, this guy has more money than me.
oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
dude. There's some people.
This guy has more money than me.
Did you ever see that shit where it's like there's a certain panhandlers will get called on it where they'll be panhandling for a full afternoon, okay? But then someone will follow them with a camera and they'll get into a fucking like.
Bro, a buddy of mine in London saw that where a guy got into a fucking Porsche.
Of course.
And I'm only to assume it was a Boxster, an old Boxster, which is like, you could probably get it for like 12 G's or whatever. But still, it wasn't like some 911 turbo. But still, that like goes to show how much of a hustle it is.
Dude, you figure.
You sit at a light, you do the math, right?
You sit at a light, you figure like maybe 5 people an hour.
1 in 5. Let's say 1 in 5 people gives you something, and it averages $2 for the math. Maybe $1. Let's do $1.
Yeah. 1 in 5 people plus like you're gonna be probably seeing about 50 to 100 people an hour.
Every 2 minutes, you get the full load of the red light.
Yeah.
And you see, let's say, 10 cars.
Yeah.
Every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So that means 30. That means you see 300 cars in the hour.
Yeah.
A fifth of them take it.
Yeah.
That's 60 cars. So let's say $60 an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude,
in that scenario, and I bet you it's more.
You could potentially make bank doing it, but also like
I give the guy a 5 today.
There's a what was it? That's just general panhandling, but there's some people who are such scam artists to it where I was watching this YouTube video where this guy he had like all these weird he borrowed a wheelchair he stole it from a
What was the master plan?
and he's got like this weird like tick. He would like do this thing where he's like, and he like had this thing where he's like doing with his thumb, like that's it, that's all he does, and he's just like he's looking off in the distance, and he has like a cardboard sign that says any change will help. He makes fucking bank, dude.
Oh, dude,
he makes $100,000.
It's a hard thing to joke about. I did a whole bit about this, how it's like I traveled a bunch. I noticed wherever you are, I tried to do a bit where it's like you can tell a lot about the place you are by the way that people beg.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, I noticed you could tell how much volume of people come to the town.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody's sign in New Orleans is bullet point. They say hungry, homeless, happy. They'll have a one that twists it. You're like, they're happy, but they're homeless. Damn, I'm going to give them $2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And in Tennessee, every beggar had a motherfucking veteran hat. Every beggar had a U.S. Army, a flag on them, a Bible verse on the sign. Jesus, Matthew 4:15, Jesus shall rise in this. So they played the Christian string. In New Orleans, they played the like mass people. And Ontario is all about the broken leg. You know what I mean? Ontario, if you're in Ontario, Canada, wherever you live, you have seen a motherfucker at a light with dragging a leg.
It's like broken leg. It's like broken leg or disabled cells.
You must be. There's clearly like a tutorial or something.
It's like there's a few like kind of famous homeless people in Windsor. There's the one guy
Johnny One Leg.
No, feather hat guy.
What?
Feather hat guy.
Feather hat guy.
There's videos of him on YouTube. It's
That's a career.
He is just a guy with a hat that has feathers in it. That's all. That's his whole gimmick. He makes probably.
Does he point at the feathers? What does he do?
No, he just asks for change. That's all he does. And everyone knows him as Feather Hat Guy. He gets so much fucking money every year. And there's also one guy who's kind of on the come up.
The come up.
His name's Baby Hands.
Tiny Hands, aka Donald Trump.
He's got tiny hands. And I used to do a bit about this. Like one time I gave him a quarter, and it looked like he had gotten second in the Tiny Olympics.
It looked like a silver.
He's holding it up. like, I could not laugh at it.
Thanks,
like,
mister. It's like, wow, that's only a quarter, but it
like
looks like a mortgage.
6'5". He's got tiny.
Actually,
it's crazy.
Oh, like some sort of condition.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I don't mean to laugh at him. But
No. Oh, 100%. I'm just picturing the Men in Black the people that are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason I know that it's like he's kind of a dick is that he has family who's like, come home. I know.
They're stopping at the light.
I know his family.
Change, spare some change. Ronald, come back.
Please.
I'm working, Mom. Stop bothering me when I'm working.
Like there's so many crazy stories where it's like you have options. Like I have this one guy that I went to elementary school with. Not gonna say his name, but like he'll message me every few years with this crazy like it's the same thing where it's like the more details you're giving me, the more I don't believe.
Scam.
It's bullshit.
It's a scam.
Bullshit. Like I remember one time he's messaging me. He's like, "Look, man, I'm on the side of the road. My car is on fire. I'm in the outskirts I'm on the outskirts of Windsor. All I need is a tow truck." I'm like, "You need a tow truck for a flaming car? What the fuck are you talking? You need $50 for a flaming car."
Are addicted to something, my friend. Nobody, you could tell when people are addicted is because you'll tell. Like I have one guy. We'll end on this, okay? Yeah. I have one friend who like, for years, this guy would just going like the street life took him over. Didn't hear about him for years.
Yeah.
And then at one point, he just starts sending me a clearly mass message.
Yeah.
That goes, "Yo, I'm this blah blah. I just need this. Pick me up." I haven't talked to him in fucking 9 years or whatever.
Straight up, yeah.
Needs 20. It's always like 25, 15, $20, something you'll forget about kind of thing. It's never like $100 ever. It'll never be anything like that.
Yeah.
And I just fucking would ignore it. Every 2 years, I would get a different scenario. And you could tell like he's not looking at the history of the conversation because it's just different attempts.
Do you ever respond?
I never respond. Because it's I'm embarrassed. God. I'm embarrassed to respond. It's almost to being like, what can I say? Like, is everything all right? You know what I mean? The last one, which I was like, the worst was, on Facebook how you can sponsor on your birthday, you could sponsor a charity.
Oh God!
This dude is raising suddenly on his birthday $800 for cancer or something. I'm like, oh, all right, bro,
all right. Okay.
Bro, and it's like 0% fund, $0 funded.
There's no way.
Everyone knows exactly.
There's some
$0 funded on his birthday.
Fuck, man. There's some people who it's like, you've burned every bridge. You've burned every bridge. The same guy that I was telling you about, it's like he at one point his grandmother just created a Facebook account just to ask him to come home.
Actually,
like, oh my God.
Come on, Steven, please.
Please.
I have Pop-Tarts.
Come on, please. Everyone's upset.
But brother, let us fucking land this podcast. It's like 10:30, 11. I don't know what the fucking time is. This has been amazing. Tell the people about your new shit.
Okay, so follow us at SchwidPod. That is SHWYD Pod on social media platforms. That is Instagram, Twitter,
TikTok. Say it again, Schwid?
SchwidPod. That is, so how was your day? If you check it out on YouTube, that is where all our full episodes go up. On
I'll put in the link. Check the description. I'll put that in the link.
We're also on Spotify, iTunes. iTunes might be.
I'll put your YouTube on the link, and I'll put your personal on the link.
Fuck yeah,
just because you want people to watch it, right? It's a show to watch.
Also, I'm gonna be having TikTok and Instagram videos coming out. That's at Max Sheldrick.
I'll put it in the thing as well.
Yep, and I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on. It's gonna be coming out, and stand-up's coming back, dude. If you follow me on all my social media platforms, you're gonna check out about the stand-up dates that I got coming up.
Hell yeah. Check out his shit. Funny dude. I've been telling him to start a podcast for a minute. I'm happy you finally got one going.
It's great.
Fuck yeah. Check that shit out. Check the description for me. And from my end, it's all the same thing. Subscribe. Do all that stuff. I appreciate y'all. Tell one friend about the podcast. And until next time, peace. Yo, and that's the episode. Remember, if you liked it, smash that subscribe button so I can give you updates. And until next time, it's your boy, Abbas Wahab. Easy.